Hi, welcome to this presentation. Thank you for being here. Today we will present our proposal for conducting business in Mexico, a nearshore manufacturing hub. My name is Kenia Mosquera and my team are Kim Moskar, Bonisanani Lobu, Presley Nerantar, and Jordan Watts. This report offers a detailed analysis of the Mexican market. It starts by looking at cultural aspects, like personal relationships, group values, and clear communication, which are key for successful management and negotiations. It also reviews the political and economic environment, focusing on important regulations, economic freedom, and key indicators that show opportunities and challenges for foreign companies. The reports also explain the effects of trade agreements, tariff and foreign investment policies on business strategies. Finally, it presents innovative products ideas to meet unmet needs. About the hosted cultural dimensions, Mexico and the USA differ across cultural dimensions. In Mexico, respect for hierarchy and authority is vital, while collaboration and group harmony take precedence over individualism. Success is highly valued in both cultures, but in Mexico, balancing goals with family-focused relationship is essential. Mexicans prefer stability and clear rules, so detailed planning helps reduce uncertainty. Unlike the USA long-term focus, Mexico often prioritizes immediate result, making it important to align expectations effectively. And the communication and scheduling culture, Mexico and the USA differ in workplace communication and organization. Mexicans are indirect communication to maintain harmony, while Americans prefer direct messages. Feedback in Mexico is subtle, avoiding conflict, unlike the USA straightforward approach. Mexicans avoid confrontation, prioritizing harmony, while Americans see disagreement as productive. Scheduling in Mexico is flexible and relationship-oriented, while the USA values punctuality and deadlines.
Negotiation styles and strategies. In Mexico, business is always built on relationships first. Negotiating requires a deep understanding of local customs and communication styles. You got to be adaptable, but most importantly, you must be patient. Depending on the region that you're conducting business in, you might experience slight differences in scheduling and communication styles. For example, northern Mexico is typically more business focused, and people there have a higher sense of urgency, while southern Mexicans have a more relaxed attitude of mañana. While mañana translates to mean tomorrow, if you hear someone say mañana in terms of business, it does not mean anything's getting done tomorrow. Regardless of location, harmony and group cohesion are always prioritized, and openly criticizing others or losing your temper can severely damage negotiations. So a couple key points. Like I said, patience is key. Negotiations in Mexico move at a much slower pace than what you might expect from places like the United States or Canada. The process might involve lengthy discussions and time for reflection, and social interactions outside of the negotiation table are common. Demonstrating patience and avoiding any appearance of rushing can make a positive impression and strengthen your position. Build relationships first. Even if it's a simple transaction at the grocery store, you want to start with small talk. Making those personal connections, it's not just appreciated, it's expected. So you don't want to come across as overly transactional. If invited, attend their social events and parties. Families at the center of Mexican culture, and celebrations are a big part of that. Whether it's someone's kid's first birthday or a wedding, expect there to be plenty of festivities and alcohol. Participating in these events can strengthen your relationship and show respect for their culture. Some techniques that many Mexicans use is feigned disinterest. They may appear to be indifferent to your offer as a way to gauge your commitment and interest. They might use exaggerated demands. They will start with high demands and then kind of haggle their way down. They use small deals first to test the waters. Mexican negotiators might propose small arrangements before committing to larger ones. This allows them to build trust incrementally and ensure that both parties are comfortable. So switching gears a little bit to talk about the Mexican government. So the Mexican government, it's actually very similar to the United States government. It operates as a federal republic with three branches: executive, legislative, and judicial. The executive branch is led by the president, and that branch wields a lot of power. Mexico has 31 states and one federal entity, which is Mexico City, and it operates a lot like Washington, D.C. in the United States. In Mexico, the president serves as both the head of state and government. Under the previous administration of Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, the power of the executive branch was expanded a lot. This consolidation of power has continued under the ruling party, which maintains a legislative majority. And this shift of power has allowed them to pass reforms really, really quickly. Some of the changes, like the dissolution of the INAI, the agency that protects transparency and data privacy, it's raised a lot of concerns about the judiciary's diminishing independence. More recently, as of October 1st, 2024, Mexico elected their first female president, Claudia Sheinbaum Pardo. President Pardo brings a unique perspective. She's a scientist by trade with a doctorate in energy engineering. She's been a champion of sustainable development, and a lot of her background has shaped her policy priorities. Her administration focuses on business policies, especially in areas like renewable energy and infrastructure. Mexico's relationship with the United States is a vital factor for its business environment. The recent inauguration of President Donald Trump in the United States has introduced potential challenges for the U.S. protectionist policies like tariffs and stricter border controls. And they threaten key industries like agriculture and manufacturing. Additionally, mass deportation policies could impact labor availability, particularly in sectors like construction and hospitality. President Pardo has already initiated negotiations with Trump to address some of these issues. For businesses looking to operate in Mexico, understanding the local political and economic climate is crucial. While trade agreements like the USMCA and Mexico's strategic location are advantages, companies must also consider cultural factors. Personal relationships and trust are paramount in Mexican business culture. Building connections and navigating the slower paced decision-making process are critical for success. And adapting to regulatory change while maintaining flexibility will help businesses thrive in Mexico.
Economic Freedom Index. As we can see from the graph, the most repressed freedoms in Mexico are government integrity and judicial effectiveness, whilst the most abundant freedoms are government spending and trade and investment freedom. Next slide. Okay. So government integrity in Mexico has been a very persistent issue, with corruption being deeply embedded in both the federal and local administration. Whilst judicial effectiveness in Mexico is another major concern, whilst Mexico has made efforts to improve its judiciary in recent years, including legal reforms to strengthen the rule of law and ensure transparency, the system still faces a significant number of challenges. Government spending in Mexico, the Mexican government engaged substantial spending across various sectors, including infrastructure, social programs, health, and education. In recent years, there has been noticeable increase in social spending, particularly under previous administration. Implications for business. So trade agreements that have been made by Mexico have made the economy more open to foreign direct investment. Companies in Mexico can export goods and services to a wide range of countries with lower tariffs and fewer trade barriers. Conducive environment has been created in Mexico for international investors and multinational corporations, particularly in manufacturing and export-driven sectors like automotive, electronics, and agriculture.
In regards to business regulatory environments, Mexico is ranked 60th place in the world for the ease of doing business. So pretty much it's straightforward for foreign investor, this will provide them a clear and accessible pathway for them to establish their operation. Also in Mexico, they have a very strong legal framework protecting foreign investment. With 31 investment protection agreement and international treaty, the country reduced the risk for investor, making it an attractive option for them to do the business in Mexico. Then moving on to tax law. So Mexico offer a corporate income tax rate of 30% and a VAT rate of 60%, which is a very competitive compared to the other market. This rate help keep the operational costs manageable while at the same time offering a strong potential for profitability. And also Mexico network of international treaty help the business to avoid the double taxation, which is a key consideration if we want to have business there in Mexico. This is making it a appealing location for a multinational business, ensuring that more efficient financial management is conducted. In terms of contract enforcement, while the legal system can sometimes be slow, Mexico does offer a solid protection for both domestic and also foreign company in terms of contract enforcement. This will provide a layer of security for any business operation over there. And also Mexico growing use of arbitration and alternative dispute resolution technique can help businesses resolve conflicts more efficiently than relying on the court system, which can be time consuming at times. So this will offer them additional safety net for the business to navigate the potential dispute in the future. And then regarding the import tariff and free trade agreements. So in Mexico, a global company that would like to have business there, they can enjoy a lower tariff for industrial goods, especially for those non-agricultural goods like machinery and industrial equipment, which can reduce the cost of setting up operation and maintaining a competitive edge. And in Mexico, they have leveraged free trade treatments, which we just heard a while ago, USMCA. So as a member of USMCA, Mexico enjoy a favorable trade relationship with the United States and Canada. So this agreement will eliminate or significantly reduce the tariff for a wide range of products, particularly those between North America countries. If the business is based in the US or Canada, this is a major advantage, make it easier and cheaper to source them out and service from or export to Mexico. And this is the Mexico tariff profile, just for reference.
Foreign direct investment. Foreign direct investment in Mexico is encouraged with the government offering a number of incentives for foreign investors. The government offers tax incentives for foreign investment companies with tax credit of up to 30% of the expenses and investments for income tax in the fiscal year for on research and technology development projects aimed at the development of products, materials, or production processes that represent scientific technology advancements. They also benefit from the IMX program. The program offers the following benefits: duty-free imports for up to 18 months for raw materials and supplies for IMX companies, zero rate value-added tax on exports, even when physically exported to a third party. The country also has a lot of free trade agreements. Mexico offers investors many opportunities for global commerce with free trade agreements in place with many countries, including Colombia, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Chile, the European Union, Israel, and many more. Mexico has also established special economic zones to promote economic development in underdeveloped, disadvantaged areas. These could be a good opportunity for foreign direct investors to invest in. There are also restrictions to trade in Mexico. Certain sectors in whole or in part are reserved for the state, including petroleum, other hydrocarbons, the national electric system, the radioactive materials.
All right, for current economic conditions, you can see the layout of the graphs right here. So for GDP growth, Mexico's GDP has been a little bit volatile over the last 5 years. They showed a bit of a slowdown, but strong recovery going into 2022, 2023. Inflation rates have been decent. They've spiked a little bit, as have a lot of other countries, but it still isn't as bad as it has been for a lot of other countries in comparable economic conditions. Interest rates increased sharply in 2020 from 4.25% to 11.25%, which is generally a negative factor. They can slow down expansion plans, reduce consumer spending, and make financing more expensive. PPP and GNI per capita showed gradual improvement over the past 5 years, with rising income levels indicating a growing middle class. And then the currency exchange rate volatility has fluctuated against the U.S. with significant movements during the pandemic and inflation periods. Currency risk should be managed by hedging through hedging strategies to protect against inflation rate fluctuations. Next slide. For the exchange rate trends, Mexican peso has experienced fluctuations against the U.S. dollar over the past 5 years. 2021 to 2023, the peso strengthened slightly. The impact on business overall is a stronger peso can benefit importers, but may reduce the competitiveness of Mexican exports. Next slide. And then the impact of exchange rate fluctuations is higher import costs, and then reduced export competitiveness, like we just covered. And overall, again, with volatility in exchange rates, businesses need to implement currency risk management strategies like hedging to stabilize financial performance and navigate market uncertainty.
Okay, based on the research that we have done, here are the 3 products that we are going to recommend to meet the needs of Mexican families. You'll notice that each of these products align with the country's initiatives to become more sustainable. Our first recommended product is a compact water purifier. About 57% of households lack access to clean, safe drinking water, and bottled water is often expensive or unavailable. Our solution is an affordable, portable water purifier with advanced UVC light filtration. Our competitive edge is that it's a smaller, more affordable option than its competitors like Rotoplas. There's no need for professional installation or ongoing maintenance. The second product that we're recommending to introduce into this market is a portable solar charger. There's frequent power outages in rural areas, and the rising cost of power in urban areas makes this a very sought-after product. An affordable, eco-friendly alternative. They're pretty limited on the current market. Our solution is a portable and durable solar charger that's perfect for Mexico's sunny climate. The dual function is that this device charges your devices during power outages, and it also saves on electricity. Our competitive edge is that they're more cost-effective and more accessible than the higher-end solar panels that have to be installed and maintained. And Mexico has the perfect manufacturing climate to produce these in the country. Our third product is a solar-powered air cooler. Currently, only an estimated 15 to 20% of households in Mexico have air conditioning. And as global temperatures continue to rise, even the more moderate climates are seeing hotter and hotter temperatures during the days and even the nights. Our solution is a compact, portable solar power air cooler designed for single rooms or small spaces. The unit can be attached to a window, like a window AC unit, and the solar panels clip into the exterior window. So no need for solar panels to have to be installed to the roof. Our advantage is that this is an all-in-one system, and it's significantly less expensive than competitors like EcoFlow. There's no need for extra batteries or solar panel installation. And that concludes our presentation. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to our proposal.
Thank you so much, everybody. So we're going to close this meeting. Thank you.